Erebus have already come up with another watch. Any good? Let's get into it. Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Today is another review show on a brand called Erebus. Yeah. It's our lovable silver-haired fox, Jody at Just One More Watch.
Hello.
And his business partner, Steve. Now, those that bought the Erebus Origin, the diver, haven't even got past the honeymoon stage yet, and Jody's only brought out another watch. This time, a self-proclaimed GADA watch. Go anywhere, do anything watch. Now, he has sent me 4 of what is a 12-piece range, and I'm going to give them the good old MWC once-over to tell you whether I think they are worth buying. And also, we have to find out what the wife's impressions are of this watch. Now, a full disclaimer, Jody sent these watches to me. I'll be sending them off. I think I've got to send them to Ben's Watch Club next. No one's paid me, although he did send me a lovely Erebus Origin diver. Do you think that's a bribe? Yes! Shut up, you. Make sure you watch till the end because I've got some negatives, I have to say. All good though, all good. And hopefully Jody will still be my friend at the end. Are you, Erebus, ready? Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, here is my 4 Erebus Ascents. Now I'm going to show you all these watches at the end of the show, but I'm going to concentrate on one, the blue enamel dial. That's probably the watch I would go for out of the whole lineup. And first impressions on the feel, well, this feels very good. A very well-made, you know, premium watch. I've got a few inspirations coming to mind. The Seiko Saab 033. There's a Longines Heritage that I reviewed not long ago. It's very blingy. I wouldn't say it's a sports watch. To me, that dial says dress. The case is very well sculpted. Big polished chamfers. And with that polished bezel, yeah, this is a very shiny watch. It looks very slim. Love that 6mm crown that's just recessed into the case. Nothing massively stands out as a character trait, but as a well-made watch, this is right up there. Quick spec check. Now, these are phenomenal dimensions that a lot of watch enthusiasts are gonna love. Big wristers.
Little wristers.
We've got a 39mm case. It's only 44.5 lug to lug, 11mm thick, and a strapaholic lug width of 20mm. Yes, we've got very short lugs. The lugs aren't drilled, which gives me another feeling of this is more of a dress watch than a sports watch. A beautiful domed sapphire glass protecting the dial. The crown is screw in, and with a screw in case back, this watch gives us 100 meters of water resistance. The bare minimum number for a GADA. Onto the bracelets, and these are brilliant. We've got an O style and a J style.
I see what you did there, Jody.
Both are absolutely phenomenally made. With the O, we've got brushing on the tops of the links, which are solid, by the way, as well as solid end links. Polishing on the sides of the links, again adding to that dressy look. I really like the clasp as well. Not too big, not too small. Double deployant to open her up. It's a milled clasp. And we have a lovely little hidden micro adjustment, which, to be fair, is really cool. With the Jubilee, not really any jingly jangly noise at all. This is not a Seiko, everyone. This bracelet is absolutely top class. Again, screw links. For the price you're paying of these watches, you get next level bracelets. Okay, let's look at the face. Dial time. And yes, to me, this does lean towards a dress watch. We have no numerals, they're all markers. And the shiny parts outweigh the loomed parts. I like that sloping chapter ring that lets you slide into the dial. And these light catching markers, they're pretty special. I mean, they are grand Seiko looking, you know? Another detail I love is that applied Erebus logo. Didn't have that on the diver. Again, another dressy element to me. What I'm not sure about is the Ascent logo that's printed. Anything that's italic just is downright dressy. And I don't think it goes well with the 10ATM font, which is the Erebus font. But that's just my preference. We have a silver frame date window, which which, surprise, surprise, is the light catcher. I love how Jodie and Steve have tried to match the date wheels to as many dials as they possibly can. I've never seen such a big single digit fill up a window. The number is a little tough to see. If you put this one and the Origins windows together, well, the Divers is a little bit more clearer. You have to look dead onto the watch to see the full number. Moving on to the handset, and it looks like a stunted Grand Seiko handset. Very nicely polished. I'm not a fan of a counterbalance Lume, so all that the Lume is doing on the seconds hand is just telling you that the watch is running. I think people are going to buy this watch more for the dials than the overall watch, and it looks so well done. Even in the macro footage, these dials look so darn good. So we've got Lume on the handset, Lume on the hour markers. Out of 10, let's see how this puppy glows. How good is that? Even though the blinginess outweighs the Lume like 3 to 1, that Lume is so bright. Amazing stuff. Powering this baby is a Miyota 9015. It's the movement they should have had in this. I have no doubt that in a year or maybe 2 years from now, you'll be able to buy a much slimmer Origin using a Miyota movement. It was a weird movement choice at the time,
Because the NH35 was so 2017.
This one's automatic, hacks and hand winds, and it gives you a refined 28,800 beats per hour. Very easy to operate and very nice.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and this watch looks stunning. I actually think it looks more 38mm than 39. The way the lugs hug the wrist definitely feels like a smaller watch than the dimensions on the paper. I'm a big fan of the oyster style bracelet, especially this one, but I don't know whether I like the Jubilee better. Choosing the dial and the bracelet is gonna be damn hard for you. Outside legibility is great. I just don't see this as a sports watch. Dressy sport? Maybe. Is chess a sport? No. Quick talk about the price. It's a pre-order price, which tells me they're going to go up a little bit once that pre-order is over. So if you're sitting on the fence, don't. The white, the black, the blue, these enamel dial watches, they're going to cost you $349. Now take a good look at what they call the Helix dials. Loads of tiny diamonds with Erebus logos inside them. I am surprised how much I like this one. Those are $379. And then we come to mineral dials. It's crazy. So you can get the likes of malachite or this very sparkly aventurine dial. I mean, I like it, but I would never buy it. Very cool though. Anyway, the mineral dials are going to set you back $399. What you must do though, people, is understand import tax. Does take the price up a little bit, and if you're from the likes of the UK, could mean that you're spending another £100 on top for your Erabuses. So there we go, the Erebus Ascent. What do you guys think? Okay, the positives are in mass. Great dimensions, great movement, awesome case.
Nice and thin.
The bracelets are probably some of the best I've ever handled in this price range. The finishing is phenomenal, and the workmanship on the dials are just as good. If you want a highly spec'd watch at a decent value, this is top tier.
Moans and niggles.
Now, I don't like the name, Ascent. It feels as though I should be on a hot air balloon, taking in the sights. I know what they're trying to do. They're ascending over all the other watch brands, you know? But the name in the italic logo just doesn't go well with the other type font. The other thing, call this a sports watch. Obviously, this watch could go anywhere and could do anything, but it's certainly not a watch I would take hiking, mountain biking, mud wrestling. I'd never take it swimming. There is a lot of polishing on this watch, and if you do anything with it, expect it to not look nice for long. Now, what I love about a brand, let's say Laurier, they have a DNA to them, don't they? As soon as you see a Laurier, you know it's a Laurier. Whether it's the GMT, the Diver, chronograph, or even the Falcon. They look like they're in the same family. That is what's gonna make Laurier a strong brand for 5, 10, 15 years to come. When I look at the Origin and I compare it to the Ascent, I don't see much relation there. I see a ticking boxes diver and I see a very well made ticking boxes GADA watch. Crown's different, case is different, dial's different. Now listen, if well made is what you want in a watch, these are phenomenal. But if you want to buy into a brand, want to know the inspiration or story behind the watches, I don't quite see where Erebus are going at the minute. Yes, they're going to shift a hell of a lot of watches and people are not going to be disappointed, but are they going to keep wearing that watch for the next 5 to 10 years? My other thing is the amount of different dials they're releasing. If you come out with 12 different dials, it makes the Ascent a little bit less special. Come up with 2 dials, the blue dial and the black dial. One has the Jubilee, one has the Oyster style. Both different enough, you might want to buy both. Then in a couple of months' time, release a limited edition. Make the Ascent special. Don't just flood the website with 12 different dials. Jody and Steve, you've worked damn hard on this watch. It just feels like you're shoving a lot to us and want to move on to the next one. I think you could have had a lot more hype with this watch had you only released 1 or 2 dials. 12 dials of the Ascent, 8 dials of the Origin. The character of the watch and the brand just gets lost. But we cannot take anything away than the fact that if you're going to buy one of these watches, you are 100% guaranteed to get yourself a blooming good watch. So here it is, my wife's first impressions of the Erebus Ascent. Now I gave her the coloured dial that she liked the best, which was the blue enamel, which is nice. And here it is. Way too blingy. The more shiny it is, the more old man's watch it is. Also, the logo looks like a cat's bum. I'm sure it's very well made, but it's too shiny for me. Okay, well, we had the Erebus Origin. She gave you your thoughts on that, guys. She didn't say the cat's bum bit with the last logo. Maybe it's because it's raised off the dial. She might have thought otherwise, but moving on. Thank you so much to Jody and Steve for sending these watches in to me. I'll be shipping them off now to Ben's Watch Club. See what he thinks about them. Get on the website if you're interested in one of these watches because the pre-order price won't be here for long. Click there if you want a bit more of the Mad Watch Collector channel. Want some merch? Of course you do. A little bit further in the description. It's down there somewhere. Oh, it's there. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, why don't you click this one? Oh, this is a show, this one. This is a show. Go on, click it. You know you want to. Go on, click it. Click it.